Hello, everyone. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on whatever time you're watching this video. My name is Stefano, and I'm going to be helping you guys learn the concepts of C++. So, I'm pretty sure you guys received the PDF file for all the examples that we're going to be doing in this video series. So, in this video, we're going to look at example 1. Okay, so let's go right ahead with PDF file. Now, we're going to do example 1, and example 1 says write a program that will ask the user to enter their name and age. Your program must then output the user's entries similar to the following format. So, you guys, we got to write a program, and it is supposed to produce the following information, like when the user enters their name and age, it's got to come out to look something like this. Alright. So let's get coding. Let's see how we're gonna build this. So for this video series, I'm using dev C++. But if you have something else installed, another IDE installed on your systems, like code blocks or something, it's okay. You can still follow along with that IDE. But if you don't have any IDE installed, I highly recommend that you do a quick Google search and you just type in dev C++ or code blocks, and you're gonna be provided with a link that will allow you to download those IDEs so you can follow along as we do all these programs. Okay, let's go ahead. So the program wants us to ask the user to enter their name and age. Okay, so when you look at getting input from the user, what you always have to remember is whenever you get input from the user, you gotta store that somewhere. And I'm pretty sure you guys had a look at the PDF file. We had like a whole bunch of different data types listed, and since we're trying to get the user's name and age, and since we are saying that we gotta store those entries to memory, we gotta declare a little something called a variable. So a variable is a container that is going to store whatever the user enters. Okay, so when you look at a name, what data type is a name? So the name is a string. So we're gonna declare a variable of type string, and we're gonna name it name. So I'm gonna have a variable called name, and I'm gonna declare it as a type string because a name is a string. It's a string of text. Okay. So next up, I'm going to need a variable to store the user's age. So that's an integer, you guys. So we got to say int, and then we're going to say age. All right, there we go. So now what we got to do is we got to ask the user to enter their name. So that's output that we're performing, you guys. So when we're performing output, what we got to use is we got to use cout. We got to use cout. So you use cout whenever you want to display a bunch of stuff to the screen. Okay, so what are we trying to display? We're trying to display enter your name to the screen. So what we're going to say is we're going to say cout, and then we're going to follow that up with two angle braces, and we're going to say two angle braces, and then we're going to say enter your name like that, and follow it up with end line. So end L, you guys, means end of line or end line. Now, when the user sees this, when they see enter your name, they're gonna start typing their name, and they're gonna try to submit their name. So when they submit their name, we gotta store that name to memory. So how do we do that? We gotta make use of a keyword called cn. So cn, you guys, cn is a keyword that you use in C++ whenever you want to store user input to memory. So whatever the user enters and you want to store that to memory, you got to use cn. And remember, we declared a variable to store the user's name, which is called name. So we got to call this variable right there name. So what we got to say is we're going to say cn name. So by doing that, we are receiving whatever name the user enters, and we're storing it to memory. And then next up, we're going to say cout enter your age. So remember, whatever you want to see to the screen, out to the screen, you got to make sure that you put everything in quotes. So whatever you put inside the quotes is what you're going to see displayed to your screen. So similar to the name, This time we want to see in the age. Okay, so we're going to say see in age. There we go. And then finally, we're gonna um, we're gonna output whatever the user entered, because according to the question right here, the question says write a program that will ask the user to enter their name and age. So you guys, this part is done. So what's next is we gotta now output whatever user entered, and we gotta output them in this format like that. So how do we do that? Okay, let's do it. So remember, the keyword there is output. We want to display whatever user entered, so we gotta use cout for that. So we're gonna say cout, and we're gonna say name, because this, when you look at this, this is how name's supposed to come out. It's supposed to say name and the colon, and then the user's actual name. So that's what I did pretty much right there. And then now we gotta print out the actual name of the user. So remember, what did I say about variables? Variables are containers. So when you have a variable name, the variable name is going to store the user's name. So whatever name the user enters is going to be stored in the variable name. So when you call the variable name, you're going to see the user's name printed out. And you notice that I haven't put any quotes besides name. That's because whenever you're calling a variable, you're not supposed to use quotes. So the difference here is that we are trying to print out the user's actual name. We're going to see that when the program runs. And then next up, we're going to print out the user's age, similar to what we did with the name. We got to call variable age too, and then we're going to say end line. Okay, so our program is done. So let's try to compile this and run it. Okay. Alright. And dun, ta da dam. There we go. Alright, so what is your name? Enter your name, Stefano. I'm gonna enter my name, Stefano, and enter your age. A lot of people want to know how old I am. Alright, I'm 40 years old. Alright, and there you go. So right there you have your output displayed. So let's go through this, you guys. So enter your name. So this cout, remember the cout, I said that whenever you're using cout, you want to display something to the screen. So we were trying to display enter your name to the screen, so we had to use cout, and bam, there we have it. And then I entered my name here. So after entering my name and pressing enter, cin received my name and stored it into this variable name, into the memory location. As to my age, again, cout your age, print out right there, and then I entered my age, and then my age was stored right there. And then we were printing out the results right there. So when we were printing out the results, this name came out exactly the way it is, because whatever you put in the quotes comes out exactly like that. And then here, Stefano, this is it right here, right there where you have my name, right? Sorry, not my name, the variable name right there, when we were calling the variable. So when you call the variable right there, it simply prints out whatever name, whatever content this variable is holding, and this name was holding my name, is holding my name. So what was printed in place of this was my name, similar to the age. This came out exactly like that, but at this point, the actual age that I supplied was what was printed out. Okay, so that brings us to the end of our first video for example 1. So I'm gonna see you in the next video for example 2, so stay tuned, and I'm gonna see you soon. Thanks for watching.